The recent rash of homicides in St. Charles City is really taking a toll on officers.
That's right. In just a week, there have been 6 homicides in the city, including 4 members of one family murdered Friday night. The pain and raw emotion was evident this weekend at a vigil for the victims. But investigating and solving the homicides can be stressful for police and other first responders. News 4's Alyssa Toomey takes a look at who helps them when tragedy strikes.
While those walking by Kate Caston's house now see teddy bears, flowers, and balloons, police are left with a different picture. Pastor David Iannacone ministers to St. Charles City Police.
The obvious thing is just the scene itself. It's hard to eliminate the images that you encounter when you walk in on a scene like that.
Homicides are rare in the city of St. Charles, and this year there have been 8. 4 of those happened Friday night, including the death of 8-year-old Zoe Caston and her 10-year-old brother, Jonathan.
Some of the older officers are like, boy, I'm not sure what I can do with this, where I can put this.
In addition to the tragic deaths, a manhunt also took place and the suspect fired at police.
Yeah, they're just human beings. They want to go home to their families at night. And we had two of our officers that were directly in the line of fire.
Pastor David Iannacone says his job as chaplain for the St. Charles City Police Department is to be there for officers and help them get things off their chest. I also spoke to Pastor Fraction, who is head of the police chaplaincy for the Department of St. Louis and head of the homicide ministry. He counsels both police and victims affected by tragedy. He says one case that really stands out in his mind is the Stockley verdict. He says that case took a big toll on a lot of officers. He also says it's an ongoing job, and he still has victims from 5 years ago who reach out to him for assistance. Pastor Iannacone says each officer is dealing with the recent homicides differently, but they all have one thing in common.
In general terms, you would say they're the professionals that they are, and they know they have a job to do, and they're doing it.
Alyssa Toomey, News 4.